we forgot to banish the cats.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
They're just, it's staring at me awkwardly.
Longingly.
When I returned to the upper floor's hallway, I head to Linnaeus's room to try and ask him some questions. His response, however, is so brusque and annoyed that I'm sent away before very long, without much of any new information.
We don't even get to see it.
He's just like, nope, go away. I try Valora's chambers next, where one of the guards very reluctantly lets me inside.
Huh.
After snooping around for what feels like exhaustive hours, though, I don't turn up any new clues.
I'm sure it was like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It probably doesn't help that the guards searched it and left it a mess, of course, but it also seems like it was wiped of any evidence, save for the conspicuously incriminating bloody cloth, of course. What? They left that, but took everything else?
It doesn't make any sense.
Then, when I attempt to find Alistair's chambers, I'm met with no success, and my request to a guard for a visit with his last night's attacker is met with blatant refusal.
What?
Exhausted and frustrated, I eventually head back to my own chambers, flagging down a servant on the way and requesting a light meal be brought to my room.
Wow, that would be amazing if you were able to just use your
Hey,
class powers to apparate a meal.
I mean, I can do that, but I use my phone to do that.
Oh, God. Jesus. Oh, God.
I sit by the fireplace while mulling over my food, wondering if there's anyone left to ask, any hints left to uncover. But it's quite clear that Valora was expertly framed, and the conspirator didn't leave enough behind for me to clear her name.
It apparently doesn't take much at all to expertly frame someone.
I just put the knife in their room, call it a day.
Like, you could just kind of point and be like, maybe she murdered?
Well, they didn't even put it in her room. They gave it to a maid to put in her room, which is even better.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I'm starting to think that there's only one person who could be the culprit, but at the same time, it seems so infeasible that I'm doubting myself.
Just fucking incriminate Franz.
I feel like the only thing left to do is wait, since if the murderer plans to strike again, it'll surely be tonight.
It's also why Franz knows a bunch, and it's, okay, whatever.
Tonight, the masquerade.
Yes.
I should probably be getting ready soon, shouldn't I?
It's like maybe like 11 a.m. and we have to spend 4 hours on our hair alone.
Like we slept till noon and then... Ooh, dancing.
Right, yeah,
Why does he want the masquerade ball so much if there's dancing and he hates dancing?
I don't know.
I theatrically groan to myself, but I can't help but feel a little excited, if nervous.
Do you ever theatrically groan to yourself in your own room?
I mean, to practice, yeah.
To practice?
Well, that way you can do it on demand later when you really want to, like...
When you really want to show how spoiled of a brat you are. Yes, absolutely.
Look at me getting flustered about dancing. I thought this day would never come. I reluctantly push myself off the chair and set about readying myself, taking out the mask I bought the other day and admiring it.
Do we get to see it?
I hope so. I wonder what kind of mask Franz will be wearing.
Oh, Arden. No.
I spend 4 hours on my hair. To my surprise, the remaining time until evening flies by as I practice my waltz steps and try to recall my various training, stumbling over my own feet half the time.
Oh no, there's a whining cat in the background.
It isn't until I put on the mask and head to my bedroom door that my pulse suddenly starts to quicken, and I attempt to swallow any nervousness. Franz is already down there, I presume. Should I wait for him to come escort me? Should I go just by myself? What a ridiculous this all is.
I'm not some girl who needs to be escorted. I'm perfectly capable of doing things myself.
I mean, I don't know, Ravine. You seem to have a hard time just getting down the staircase.
I mutter under my breath as I head out into the corridor, hurrying towards the main hall.
Oh, this staircase. I'm starting to grow rather fond of this staircase.
The Great Hall. The sound of the crowd is even louder than it normally is.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you can bat him off. All right, we have one of our cats.
Suggesting the masquerade's close to beginning.
One of the cats is actively trying to groom Fiona's hair.
I let it a long exhale to try and calm my nerves, slowly descending the grand staircase so I don't trip and end up splatter at the bottom. My heart beats as if it's trying to win a hotly contested race, to the point where I almost feel a little lightheaded.
Jeez, Rivian.
Whether it's from the idea of dancing or the idea of dancing with Franz.
I would also faint if I had to dance with Franz.
Yeah, that I don't know, and I'm not sure if I want to.
Are we just gonna get occasional vignettes of Arden sadly like being in the background?
Maybe? I kind of like that mask on the left though, a lot actually.
It's really cool.
It's lopsided. I totally dig that. I like asymmetrical style in general.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, same. I'm all about it.
I stepped through the ballroom doors and onto the floor, biting my lip and adjusting my mask anxiously.
Ugh.
Sorry. The swell of...
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. We're fumbling right now because I'm actively shoving a cat off of Fiona. All right, Fiona, here, take the keyboard for a fucking second. I'm getting rid of this cat.
The cat is trying to
Jesus
eat my
Christ.
hair. Like, and I spent 3 hours on my hair, not 4, because that would be excessive.
Keep going, Fiona.
The swell of music greets me, as does a smattering of colorful dresses, suits, and masks of all shapes and designs, each one exquisite in a macabre or mysterious way. Ooh, macabre. I don't know. I don't know if you pronounce the r. Just think. In the sea of masks, the murderer could be dancing without fear, waiting for another chance to strike. Everyone looks so different in their exotic costumes, and I can't recognize a single familiar figure in the crowd. I hope he has a masquerade outfit on.
I also hope that.
But rather than anxiety, the feeling that wells up inside me is something dangerous, exciting, thrilling.
Oh, we're freaking
This is
out.
the true chessboard of the court, and we are all its faceless pieces. Can a piece become a player? Ooh, playa. Do we dance of our own accord or because of someone's whims?
Incredible.
I think at last I understand why my father sent me here. And what he wanted me to witness firsthand. The downfall of my aunt, and he orchestrated it the whole time. This is a trial by fire, but I'll be damned if I won't hold my own against these pawns and carry on the fear of Varys' name.
So is this really what you're determining as you're going to go dance? Like, is this your hype? Like, is this you hyping yourself up to dance? Are you just like that nervous? It's okay to be nervous, dude.
My, how ravishing. A little prince all lost and alone.
Oh my god.
Might I ask your hand in a dance?
A low, sensual purr rumbles in my ear from behind. I slowly turn to see Franz standing before me, half of his face hidden behind a rustic, roguish mask that leaves his eyes accented like two mischievous emeralds.
Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry. My parents told me not to talk to strangers.
Okay, that's just
Even the
this is
especially
weird flirting.
dashing ones.
This is strange flirting. Oh no. Oh no.
A slow grin spreads over Franz's face, his gaze focused on me with enough intensity to be embarrassing, and he slips one arm around my waist.
Look at our face! We hate it!
Together, we step out into the whirling carousel of guests, and I feel a rush of excitement that I never thought I could get from the thought of a dance. Franz takes my hand in his own and places his other upon my waist, apparently unable to keep himself from giving a playful squeeze. I rest my own free hand atop his shoulder before hesitating, offering up a silent prayer that he's experienced enough to end this for the both of us.
I'm sure he is.
Perhaps he recognizes my nervousness, since the wolfish smirk on his lips widens, and his eyes shine with the powerful confidence of someone truly in his element.
Oh wow.
Just relax. Imagine it's only the two of us.
Oh
All
wow.
alone beneath the moonlight, dancing for an
Folks,
audience of stars.
I'm quickly beginning to get scandalized again.
Oh no. He leans in to murmur this against my ear, and his eyes slowly drift closed for a second.
Or, well,
My
our
eyes.
eyes. Yeah.
Then I reopen them to glance at Franz. He starts to guide me in a steady waltz, his movements dominant but not overpowering. The dancing lessons I'd taken at home but tried to forget now resurface in my mind.
That is legit how it works, though. Like, more or less.
My steps start to come naturally, and I fall into a rhythm with Franz, barely having to think about anything other than not flushing under his infatuated gaze. So does that mean we learned how to be led, not lead, when we got dancing lessons? Because I think that's a thing, right?
I mean, I guess so.
I look up into his heavily lidded emerald eyes, wondering what numerous secrets are hiding behind their surface.
There are some questions going on here, but it's fine.
There isn't so much he hasn't told me, and suddenly I find myself wanting to know it all. Despite his ridiculously bawdy flirting and casual flippancy of his attitude, there's a true passion behind that facade.
Is there?
And I find myself growing addicted to the longing, hungry way he refuses to tear his gaze away from me.
Is that healthy, my dude?
Oh, what an adorable couple they make. I wish I could find someone to dance with me like that.
The joy of young love. Oh, to be that age again.
Is that like someone who's 90?
I think so.
Dry eyes.
The music shifts from a waltz to a faster, livelier piece, but rather than being caught off guard, I find myself naturally able to quicken my steps.
I quickly hit Super Saiyan S4.
Our movements quicken as we settle into perfect harmony, and Franz sometimes twirls or lifts me in a sudden, daring way, like he's trying to see if I can match his unpredictability. But when I stop trying to focus too much and instead just let the rhythm and my competitive instinct take the reins, I easily spin with his twirls and find the pace of my steps each time he sets me down after a lift. The tempestuous music begins to feel more and more like a breathless, erotic dance.
Wow.
And I occasionally hear a few giggles or thrilled coos from a few observers every time we add an extra move into our quick steps.
Oh. Oh!
In the midst of my dizzy thoughts, I can't help but notice how unusual it is for us to spend so much time together without exchanging a word. And yet, it doesn't feel strange in the slightest. Wait. Okay.
Was that you contemplating? But it must feel strange.
But he just said it felt strange. Anyway, the romantic in me wants to say that our dancing speaks volumes, but increasingly impassioned love letters being written with each step.
Oh.
The cynic in me, of course, wants to point out that I probably couldn't say a word even if I wanted to, considering how breathless I am from all this exercise.
From any exercise at all.
Well, he's such a bookworm.
Oh, well, I don't think Rivian is a bookworm.
Well, the title card says he is. After what feels like hours that pass by in the blink of an eye, Franz pauses at the end of a particularly long and evocative waltz.
Wow.
His broad chest rises and falls with quiet, heated breaths as he keeps a firm grip on my hand, pulling me away from the center of the ballroom.
Oh no, I'm about to be scandalized again.
Trying to catch my own breath, I pant softly as I follow him into a little corridor connected to the ballroom's side, my legs feeling a bit wobbly beneath me.
Franz, where are we going?
Oh no.
My breathless question isn't met with no answer.
I'm going to be scandalized again.
Oh dear. Instead, Franz heads toward a small door in the hallway, tugging it open and pushing me inside with obvious impatience.
Oh my god.
Hey, I've been in this room before.
Hey, you know it would be really hot if we go back out in the room where I was almost killed. Ha ha.
That's hot.
It's not hot. I was joking.
A dangerous glimmer in Franz's eyes as he closes the door behind us, flicking the lock.
What?
Is this where you find out that Franz is really the murderer?
Sure.
He slowly approaches me with predatory steps, and I instinctively press back against the wall. Then he rips off my mask with one hand, throwing it to the floor.
All right, we might start skipping things at some point. Ah!
My mask! After he does the same to his own, the burning desire in his features becomes all too apparent.
All right, so we are going to now start a segment that I like to call skipping through this scene. If you want to see the Franz and Rivian hot makeout session with all the voice acting and reading the things and everything, you should purchase the game and go check it out for yourself. So we are going to kind of skip through this a little bit. Just, you know, there's some stuff happening.
There's some things, yeah.
There's like kissing and squeezing and like, I don't know, whatever. What do people
What a
do when
romantic
they make
evening
out?
in the broom closet where I was almost murdered.
I placed my hand against the spot where I'd cowered in terror earlier. I pick up the shards of the broken pot or candle that I had thrown at the guy. All right.
The balcony door is open, and I see Franz standing outside, gazing up at the night sky searchingly. When he hears my soft groan, however, he turns towards me, a soft smile on his lips. He steps back inside, closing the door, approaching the bedside to lean down and place a warm kiss on my forehead.
Oh my.
Go back to sleep if you wish. I'll be back in a moment.
I'll be going
back.
doing some sort of incriminating
You're
thing.
leaving?
Oh, God.
Still half awake, I mumble a confused response, only for Franz to laugh quietly and shake his head.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry. I'll return to your side before you know I'm gone.
But we didn't solve the murder.
The murder.
He runs his fingers through my hair affectionately before pulling back with a longing sigh.
No, the murder.
Then he makes his way over to the bedroom door, slipping out with a quiet but determined footsteps.
Did he ever clean his boots? Jesus.
He toweled them off.
No, Hazel toweled them off, I
that's
guess.
true. For a moment, the siren call of sleep beckons to me again, and I almost slip off once more.
But now we're going to go follow him.
But for some reason, an uncomfortable worry suddenly flits into my mind. It's probably nothing, but...
No, let's follow him.
Finally, I push myself up, grabbing my shirt and tugging it on haphazardly. Creeping over to the door and pulling it open delicately.
That wasn't delicately.
I know. It's
I
like,
heard the door.
I peek out into the dark hallway. When I step outside, I glance around to see if Franz is anywhere nearby, but I don't glimpse his tall figure. Where could he have gone? As I rub my still hazy eyes and half stumble in the direction of the main hall, a creak suddenly echoes behind me.
Franz, is that you? I wondered where you...
Before I can finish my sentence,
The murder.
everything before me suddenly turns to black.
The same person who whacked Valora in the back of the head. We've also been whacked in the back of the head.
Or the front of the head.
That's true. Well, no, behind us. It was behind us.
But we didn't turn him yet? I guess not. A cold sensation presses against my neck.
God, we're so bad at self-preservation. Oh, this is new. Oh, let's look at it. Wow.
It's a creepy vault. Kind of. I feel like I just got run over by a horse.
Come on, wake up. I don't want you to miss the fun.
I don't recognize that one.
Oh, it's the boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, that can't be.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Fiona, you were too dumbstruck for a moment.
I was. Gritting my teeth, I fight through the sense of haziness to steal a sidelong glance at my captor. Except, maybe it's not a
Hello,
boy.
Rivian.
Maybe it's
Or should I say...
Valora's daughter.
Rivian.
Oh.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. Oh.
The devious brat's smug face gazes back at me in the dark, and he seems like an entirely different person.
Almost like Valora's daughter.
I realized earlier that he was the only one who could frame Valora, but he played the part of an innocent boy so expertly that I didn't think he could possibly be the culprit.
You're so bad at this, Rivian.
I can't believe it. This kid's younger than me, but he's already an agent of such a horrible group.
Or he's just doing this.
You know, I tried to get you out of the way at first, and you wouldn't have even gotten hurt. You just had to stay in those cells until your stupid aunt took the blame. But no, you and that idiot girl
Well, maybe
Celeste
not.
had to keep
I was hoping.
interfering. And my sad excuse for a partner couldn't even finish the job. Pathetic, really.
Thanks for the explanation.
That looks like an altar that we're going to be sacrificed on.
Oh, yeah.
I stiffen as he traces the knife's razor-sharp edge gently along my throat, almost pressing hard enough to break my skin.
And then Arden comes through the door to save the day, and we actually appreciate him. Woo!
Well, I don't know if that last part's going to happen.
Oh.
My eyes dart around in the meantime, trying to find some possible avenue of escape. We're in some kind of underground chamber. What kind of place is this? Are we still by the castle?
Then you killed the ambassador. Why?
Well, there's stained
You want to see
glass,
the world
but
plunged into war?
underground?
What kind of ignorant child's game are you playing?
No,
It's mysterious. Who got that many candles?
that's a lot of candles.
It would take a long time to light that many candles.
Alistair's lips twist into a displeased grimace, his eyes narrowing at me so coldly that it sends an uncomfortable chill down my spine.
Child's game? It's nothing like that. We're just playing the game that you pitiful nobles like so much, sucking up to your kings while the common folk suffer. Besides, that ambassador was one of our best former agents, you know.
Oh,
Until
so it
he
really is
turned
the
rogue,
the
that
discipline of
is.
Ignatius
I should have
disciples.
known we'd catch up to him sooner or later.
I was hoping that was a red herring.
Ah! Sorry.
The ambassador was a former agent of the disciples? Impossible. They must be everywhere.
Oh, no.
As I grit my teeth together and meet Alistair's wickedly sharp gaze, the sound of scuffling suddenly echoes from nearby.
Ah, I think they're bringing your friend here. I wanted to have a bit of fun with both of you, just to make you suffer for trying to mess up our plans.
A sense of panic rushes through my heart as I watch the nearby doorway with wide eyes. My special eyes.
How many people do you have in on this? How do you have like two
Two more
suited
guards.
guards of armor?
Two more.
Like guards. Anyways, my point being, like, that's expensive. How?
Sure enough, two darkly clad men drag in a tall, struggling figure whose face barely takes a split second for me to recognize.
Franz, let him go, you bastards.
Oh no.
At my outburst, Franz's eyes immediately shoot over to me, and he lets out a furious hiss between his teeth as he realizes I'm being held by Alistair.
I like to imagine it's actually just.
I should have bashed your brains out when I had the chance back at the
Oh
festival.
my god.
You'll pay for this.
Wait, I thought he'd like fallen in love with us or something.
Oh, I think he...
Oh, he's talking
Yeah,
about the other
yeah,
kid,
yeah.
the other guy. Oh,
I was like, what? Oh, no.
no, I was making a bad
He
joke.
glares at the boy with a look of absolute disgust, something I've never seen on his normally composed features before.
Are you sure? You sure?
But Alistair only offers a wide grin in response, his eyebrows raising provocatively.
Oh, really? Am I the one who deserves to have my brains bashed out? After all...
He strokes a hand through my hair gently,
Oh.
which makes Franz struggle with even more desperation against the men holding him.
Franz knows how much time we spend on our hair.
I'm not the one who attempted high treason trying to murder my very own uncle.
Oh, snap.
Ah!
That's why we're not allowed back in the country. My heart skips a beat.
Oh.
I stare at Franz, expecting him to snarl and deny Alistair's incredible accusation.
Oh. But then
but-
Franz is just like, whoa,
No,
I, mean,
I
did
was
it."
caught.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, stop struggling.
He bites his lower lip, opening his mouth as if to say something before closing it again and lowering his head slightly.
The ambassador. I was poisoned by his words. I lost sight of myself.
Shit.
His voice comes out in a way I've never heard it before. Hoarse, anguished, guilty.
To be fair, we've known him for like 24 hours.
It's been 3 days.
Eh.
It's somehow painful to see him like this, like a tortured lion stripped of its pride, confidence tattered and broken.
You tried to kill the king of Perivia? Your own uncle? Franz.
My astonished words cause Franz to close his eyes painfully.
Oh, it was a few years ago and everyone kept it hush-hush. But some of us know the truth. The Peruvian ambassador was one of them. You should have been happy we killed him.
I don't.
He was a monster and he deserved his death. The things he made me do. I almost poisoned my own king.
What a horrible.
Alistair clicks his tongues chidingly, shaking his head at Franz with a scornful sigh.
Don't try to pretend you're different from us. If you'd gone through with the plan, you would have been the star agent of the disciples.
Oh,
And you were
snap,
so
we're a disciple.
close, too.
Or
Oh,
an ex-disciple.
Can we join? This sounds sick.
My head spins and my vision feels slightly blurry. It makes sense now why everyone seems so wary and mistrustful of Franz.
You'd think someone would fucking tell us.
Right? Hey, the guy you're hanging out with a lot, he, yeah.
Remember when he tried to murder the king of Peruvia? Or how he's like,
A
was
disciple?
or is a disciple of Ignatius?
All that talk of the disciple of Ignatius and a former member was right before my eyes.
Literally anyone could have.
He was almost a murderer, a treacherous murderer. What stopped him from doing it?
Not.
Rivian, I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you, I just wasn't brave enough.
Wow.
His fingers curl into trembling fists, knuckles going white as he hangs his head bitterly.
This is the most all-encompassing, most Rivian sentence I've ever read in my fucking life. Jeez.
I can't muster up a reply. All my life, Father always told me that treason is the worst crime one can commit, like patricide, murdering the country's father, leaving the people unstable and in chaos.
What a kingly thing to say.
What other types of dark secrets does Franz have that I don't know about? Has he killed other people? Attempted to silence the rumors? But he puts a murder next to like... anyway.
You're clever, Rivian. Clever
No.
enough that I might spare
Yeah.
your life and take you into the fold of Ignatius. You'd be a
I
wonderful
wonder if we're going to
agent.
get a
Once
choice.
you realize we're
I would be
working for
all
the greater
about that
good.
choice.
Alistair trails his fingers down my neck where I'd almost forgotten the cold blade was still resting against my skin.
It could be the start of a new life for you. We could build a better society. One without the disgusting games of the court. No intrigue.
Yeah, I'm
or
bad at
politics.
intrigue and politics.
I mean-
so why don't we just do that? Do that thing.
Well, like, I mean, I like their mission statement.
His tempting murmur echoes in my ear.
Tempting?
These games, I thought I could understand them, but if they only result in heartbreak and deceit, what do they matter at
Oh
all?
my god, is that actually going to be the final choice?
Maybe. If I refuse to play them, am I a traitor? Or is it truly treachery if one does the world a favor by cutting down the horrible webs the court weaves?
Wow.
Man, he's like,
All you
Rivian's like
have to
super
do to redeem
impressionable.
yourself
Oh,
Like,
is show
absolutely.
your dedication to us by ridding the world of another useless fool.
Wow. All right. We're not even going to implicate Franz. We're going to get the choice to kill him.
oh dear. Alistair lifts me to my feet, gently pressing me forward to where Franz is slumped in between the two men holding him.
Oh man.
It feels like I'm stuck in some sort of horrible nightmare as Franz raises his head to gaze up at me, a pleading, desperate look in his emerald eyes.
I don't even see how this. Rivian, you're so bad at this.
The cold touch of the blade lifts away from my neck, and instead Alistair takes my hand, placing it over his own atop the dagger and slowly moving it towards Franz's chest.
Oh my god.
It just takes a little push, you know. One little push to end the life of a man who would have used you, betrayed you, maybe even killed you. Turned against you, like he turned against
This
us.
doesn't make any sense. Even I might not kill Franz.
I stare down at Franz as Alistair's words breathe against my skin, swallowing the lump in my throat. It's so tempting to believe him, to spare my own life in exchange for the life of someone I've only known for a few days.
Oh, I see.
Someone who I've been so reluctant to believe, who seems too good to be true, someone whose motives I questioned all along.
Okay, so if we take into account to the fact that, well, okay, I was about to say if we take into account Rivian's like sense of self-preservation, maybe it would make sense to just choose to kill Franz because he's like, I just want to live. But that assumes that Rivian has any sense of self-preservation, and he doesn't. So
His sense of self-preservation is very bad.
it's very bad.
Forgive me. I couldn't protect you. But I will never betray you.
I don't
now.
know you, dude.
Not ever.
Like, it's been like a couple days. He gazes into my eyes longingly, yearningly, with the sad bravery of a man stepping willfully onto the gallows. Plus, he kind of came off a little creepy. And, I mean, to be fair, to me, is still creepy.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It feels like my heart is being torn in two.
Does it, Rivian?
I can't. I don't know what to do. Whoa.
Oh,
There's one choice?
wait. Do I not get another choice?
Is one choice a choice?
Wait, what do I do?
It's useless, isn't it? No matter how much I try to believe in Franz, there's no way out of this situation.
Oh,
Even if I was selfish and pathetic enough to kill him to save myself, they'd doubtlessly just wind up ending my life too.
okay.
And so, maybe the kindest thing I can do is...
Are we gonna kill ourselves?
There's nothing for you to apologize for, Franz.
Franz's eyes tightly close.
Don't worry. I'll be with you soon.
Maybe he is gonna fall on it. I murmur so softly that I can barely hear my own voice.
Jesus Christ.
And then I press forward with my hand clasped around Alistair's, driving the dagger deep into yielding flesh.
Oh.
A soft gasp comes from his treacherous lips. Wow, we did not get a choice.
Wow, we just fucking killed him.
Alistair guides the dagger slowly across Franz's chest, carving a deep red line.
Jesus Christ.
Seconds later, he goes limp.
Wow.
Just like that,
I'm pretty.
his life is gone.
I thought we were supposed to have a choice.
You made the right choice, Rivian.
Did we fuck up somewhere?
I don't know.
I guess we probably fucked up when we didn't like choose to just comfort him in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
Is that?
Alistair's soft voice is filled with a sadistic glee as he lets go of the weapon, curling his arms tightly around my waist instead. Oh,
Are you ready to step into the light? To renounce this horrible game and bring the world into a new, wonderful beginning?
Maybe, but let go of me.
Kind of haven't had enough of people just grabbing me waist.
Right? I close my eyes, tightening my fingers around the dagger as blood drips down to my fingers. This game, I've already lost. I've lost everything.
Well,
The only thing I've got left is my pride. Really? He has that?
oh.
And my last promise to Franz. Oh, is he going to kill himself? Oh, yep. With that thought lingering in my mind, I bring the dagger up to my neck.
Wait, Rivian, don't!
It's over now, Franz.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry.
Jeez. Fuck.
Everything will be all right.
Wow. Okay. Damn. All right. Well,
The
chess of
Wow.
blades.
Wow. Where the only winning move is to not play. I mean,
Brutal.
come on, ending it in a murder-suicide is, like, rough, man.
Well, I mean, it's clearly meant for us to like go back through and make the different choices
Well,
and
yeah.
all, and so
I mean, we only have 4 of the 22 achievements, so yeah. I mean,
that's true. If you want to see the other endings, other characters like good character routes such as Arden.
I feel like we get the bad endings on games quite a bit.
That's because we're bad at games.
True.
Arden.
Oh.
Arden. Okay. Anyways, you should go. If you want to go see any of those other endings, because we're not going to do them, you should go check it out in the game in the description of this video. You
Chest
can
of
get over to the Steam
Blades.
page. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the
Thanks.
subscribe button if you enjoyed the video.
Yep, and check out our Patreon is in the, shoot,
And end card
end card. Yes, that.
or description.
Or description.
All right. Well done, everybody. All right. Bye.
Bye.